What's up, everybody? I am so stoked to come live today for our Everything Legal Masterclass. So thank you so much for being here. As you are jumping on, be sure to say hello. Really excited to share this awesome information with you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, who I am, what I'm all about, so that you can kind of get a good idea of where I come from. So I am Heather, and I have been in online business now for 6 years. I started out partnered with a health and wellness company. I grew that to a full-time income, which allowed me to leave nursing 4 years ago. Kept growing from there, but always had a dream to start my own business. I started my own business at the end of January last year. I hit 15,000 in the first month, and it's just gone up from there. So what I specialize in is helping other nurses start and grow an online coaching business to multiple six figures for more freedom. My clients are getting amazing results. I've had multiple clients earn anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000 within 3 weeks of launching while working with me. I've also had multiple clients leave the bedside, leave their jobs with their online coaching businesses while working with me. So really awesome to see their results and their success. So I grew up in Idaho. I was a dancer growing up, didn't know what I would study. Eventually went to college. I got a degree in paralegal studies. So that is my first degree. I worked as a paralegal in a law office in downtown Salt Lake City for about 2 years, and that's when I decided to go back to school. So I went back to school and got my nursing degree, and then I worked in the ICU for 8 years. So during that time when I was working in the ICU, I had and I still do, have a very strong passion for preventative care, health and wellness. I've always been into fitness. I love exercise. And I was tired of seeing these patients, not taking care of themselves. And it was my biggest desire to just help them stay out of the hospital. I wanted more than anything to be able to help people just be healthy and take care of themselves. And so that's when I started online coaching. At that time, I was kind of bored with life. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be more. I wanted to be able to help more people. I felt like I was living below my potential. I felt like I could do so much more. And so, I started looking at, well, maybe I could go to nurse practitioner school. Maybe I could go to CRNA school. Maybe I could become a personal trainer. But the thing about all of those was that it would take me away from my family even more. And my biggest goal was to be home with my family. So that's why I decided on online coaching, is so that I could work from home and be with my kids. So I have 2 little boys. Now they're 5 and 9, and I'm married, and family is huge to me. That's why I started online coaching, was for the freedom, for the flexibility. I was tired of living someone else's schedule. I was tired of living by their rules, and I was not getting any fulfillment or reward from nursing. I really wanted to step into something that would allow me to help other people on a much greater level. I wanted to be able to work with women on a deeper level, really being able to transform their lives from the inside out. That's what my heart was calling, and it was so strong. So I started with that network marketing company. I helped hundreds of people lose weight, get healthier, be happier. I taught dozens of women how to start their businesses within that company. And that's really how I learned how to be a coach. And so from there, I was with that company for 5 years, and I got to a point for the last few years that I was with them that I was just feeling stuck. I felt like I was stuck in a box. There were only certain things that I could offer for people. There was only a certain amount of commission that I could earn. And I also felt very stuck because my income was capped, basically because our efforts with network marketing are very determined by other people's efforts. And what I mean by that is it really requires you to have a rock star or 2 or more on your team underneath you in your downline in order to produce huge volume. Right? And so anytime you see people in network marketing or MLMs who are doing really well, it's because they have people underneath them who are selling a lot. And so I never had any rock stars on my team, really. I had incredible women on my team. I loved them. We were like best friends. It was really hard for me to walk away from that. But I was tired of putting so much work into it and not having like my efforts, be rewarded. And so I saw high ticket coaching online. I saw all these other coaches doing it, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. Like, does this actually work? Can you really charge high prices and people actually pay? And so I decided to go for it. You know, I got to a place where I had been thinking about it for years, and finally, you know, something happened in my life. My dad passed away about 2 years ago, and that really opened my eyes. It made me realize how short life is, and it made me realize that I was sitting on these dreams for way too long, and it was time to finally start. So I started doing all my research, preparing, creating a program. I hired a couple of coaches to help me start. And that is when things just blew up, you know, like that first month, 15,000 in sales. And my income has steadily increased for the last year and a half. And I have a really exciting announcement to share at the end of this call. So really stoked to share that. So this masterclass is going to be everything legal. So what we're going to talk about today is how to keep your business safe. So one of my top priorities as someone with a paralegal degree and a registered nurse, it is very important to me that my business is safe and that my clients' businesses are safe and legally protected. Like, this is not something that I take lightly whatsoever. I'm like a stickler about this, and it's very important to me that like everything is done in a proper way to keep us safe. And that's how I've always been. Like, I want to make sure that things are done the right, proper way to protect our businesses and what we work so hard on, right? So what I see is I actually see thousands of coaches online right now who do not have proper things in place. Like, there are literally probably thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of coaches online right now not using contracts or client agreements. And that is a huge mistake and something that could really harm their businesses in the future. So today I want to talk about the 4 main things that you want to make sure that you have in your business to keep you safe. So really excited to go into detail about this. You know, these people who do not have these things in place, like, they have the potential to lose everything. Like, everything that they've worked so hard on could be gone in the blink of an eye because they did not take the right measures to adequately protect themselves, you know, in the first place. This will also avoid a lot of headaches in the future, right? Like, there's going to be stuff that happens, you know, clients defaulting on payments, clients canceling, clients not sending payment. Like, there's going to be some things happening in your business that you need to be aware of and know that, like, that's just a part of having a business. So it's really important to prepare ourselves adequately in the right way to make sure that we can avoid as many legal headaches as possible. So today I'm going to teach you about 4 main things that you want to have in your business and in your coaching practice to protect yourself. So I want you to first of all know that this is not legal advice, right? So I have a degree in paralegal studies, but I am not an attorney. I am not a lawyer. So I want you to be sure that you consult with an attorney before you put anything into place. So that is my disclaimer. You know, make sure you consult with an attorney. This is not legal advice. And then at the end of this, I will answer some questions that you had in our group and also touch on practicing under your nursing license at the end of this. So the number one thing that you need in writing before you start working with a client is a client agreement. So this is a contract. It states very specific things in writing, like, you know, the dates and the details of the payments, what specifically the client will be getting from you. It will talk about whether they can cancel or not. It'll talk about refunds. It will talk about all these like intellectual property rights. It will help protect your content that you're creating inside of your program. These are things like force majeure, like will protect you in the event of like earthquakes or fires and things like that. There's a lot of different things that are involved in a contract. So my advice to you is to make sure that you get a strong, solid contract from an attorney that is drafted by an attorney. So what I mean by this is you're not going to want to go find a contract on the internet and use it. Like, first of all, it hasn't been reviewed by an attorney, and second of all, it's a violation of copyright law. So that's the other piece, is you're not going to want to use a contract that you've gotten from another coach. And you're also probably not going to even want to use one from a coaching program that you've done, because this is all a violation of copyright law. So I strongly recommend that you get one that's been drafted for you by an attorney. That's my recommendation to keep you safe and protected. So I give my clients referrals to attorneys who specialize in online coaching. So they are very familiar with this world. They know how it works. They know what specific clauses to add into the contracts to keep you safe. So that is my biggest recommendation, is to have your contract drafted and reviewed by an attorney. So number 2 is what you need in place to protect your personal assets. So this is going to be the structure of your business. So my advice to you with this is you're going to want to ask your accountant, because it may be a little different from state to state, but I strongly recommend starting out with an LLC. So this is a limited liability corporation. This allows you to protect your personal assets from your business assets. So if a client were to sue you, they can't take your house and your car, right? And so really important that you talk to an attorney to find out which one would be best for you in your state. There's also like a PLLC. I've seen nurse practitioners use that for their telemedicine practices or their in-person clinics. There's also S Corp, but again, that's going to be something you have to talk to your accountant about. You also may have to reach a certain income amount before you can qualify for an S Corp. So some coaches have like a sole proprietorship. The thing about a sole proprietorship is it does not protect your personal assets. So you could get a sole prop if you're planning to move like to a different state, like in a few weeks or a month. But again, this is going to be something that you're going to want to ask your accountant or your attorney. So it's always best to get advice from a professional like an accountant, an attorney. These people are going to give you the best advice for your specific state. So number 3 is what you need to set up to keep personal and business expenses separate. So really important to keep our personal and business expenses and everything separate. If you intermingle these, like if you purchase some things in your business account for your family, like that are not business related, this is called piercing the corporate veil. This is illegal. So super important to make sure that you open a separate business bank account from your personal bank account, and make sure that everything coming in from your business and going out for your business is going through in that account. This is super important. So you can either open up a business account with like the bank that you currently use. You could look at some other ones. Chase is a good one. And then you can also look into like a business credit card. So that's what I use, and I get 2% back on everything that I purchase. So it's awesome. And that one is the American Express blue. It's the blue one. So number 4 thing that you need in place is to collect payments properly and track expenses properly. It is super important to be tracking every single thing coming in and going out of your business. So for me, I am not good with numbers. I'm not good with finances, so I hired a bookkeeper to do this for me. So I give referrals to my clients for accountants, for bookkeepers. This is something that I let them do. So they take care of everything for me, and it's awesome. You're just going to want to make sure that everything is done right, that you're tracking everything, that you have a system that will allow you to send invoices, collect payments, and track everything that's going in and out. There are multiple platforms online that can help you do this. Things like QuickBooks, Wave Financial, there's one called Dubsado, and there's also HoneyBook. So lots of different platforms out there. It just depends on what you like and what you want to use. So those are the 4 main things that you're going to want to have in place. We talked about having a client agreement that has been drafted by an attorney. Number 2 is protecting your personal assets with the business structure that is right for you. Again, you're going to want to talk to an accountant and or attorney about that for your specific state. Number 3 is going to be what you need to keep your personal and business expenses separate. So you're going to want to have that business bank account. And then number 4 is you're going to want to make sure that you're collecting payments and tracking expenses properly. So putting these things into place is what is going to help you stay safe. Like, this is going to help you be empowered to grow and scale your business, and just know that everything is in proper place and in order to really avoid any legal headaches in the future. So the last thing that I want to touch on is, do I work under my license? So I want you to know that it is up to you, truly, whether you want to work under your license or not. So if you do choose to work under your nursing license, you are limited to where your license covers. So that's the most important thing to keep in mind, is that you have to work in those states where your license covers. And you also have to abide by the Nursing Practice Act. So making sure that you are abiding by those regulations. So the thing is that you don't have to work under your license to call yourself a coach. So this is really important to keep in mind, that online coaching is not regulated. So you can absolutely call yourself a coach and not work under your license. So the benefit to this is you can work with anyone in the whole world. Like, you're not limited at all. So your ability to get more and more clients and sign more people and make more money is much higher than actually working under your license. So if you're not working under your license, you will want to make sure that you have a very strong contract in place that has been drafted by an attorney that specifically states that you're not acting as a nurse or a practitioner, but you are acting as a life coach. So this is going to be really important to make sure that you have specific verbiage in your contract that specifically states that you are not diagnosing or treating anything. So again, this is something that you'll want to talk to an attorney about, and make sure that you have specific wording in your contract to keep you safe. So here's the thing is, online coaching is not regulated, like I mentioned. The other thing to keep in mind is that people don't care if you have a certification or not. Truly, 100%. So I don't have any certifications, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people get healthy and start businesses over the last 6 years. And you also don't need to work under your license. So these are some things to keep in mind. What people really want are results. That is their main concern, is like, what can you do for me? What result can you give me? And when you can give them amazing results, they're not going to care if you have a piece of paper that says you went through a certain program. They're not going to care, especially when you're doing high ticket coaching, right? So like, if you're doing high ticket coaching, working one-on-one with people, or even in a group setting, and it's like online, people are not going to care if you went through a certification program. And if you have, that's great. And if you really want to, if you feel that strong desire to, then that's great too. That's no problem at all. But just want to let you know that it's not required to be a coach. So I just wanted to clear that up. So the cool thing about being a healthcare professional is that people are so much more likely to want to work with us than just an average coach. So they can see that we have the experience, the expertise, the knowledge of, working on this level with people, and, that trust is so much higher, right? So that's one of the things that really goes into whether we hire a coach or not, is that trust factor, right? So when we can see that someone's a healthcare professional, that's what they do for their career, our interest in working with them is going to be a lot higher than someone who does not have that background. So really important to understand, like, the incredible value and the knowledge that you have is more than enough to be very profitable and very successful in your own coaching business, even without a certification, and even without a degree in like holistic coaching or whatnot. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And so with that being said, I have a huge announcement. Really excited, and I'm going to be dropping some bombs, so I'm super stoked for this. Yay! So the announcement that I have for today is that my business has officially crossed the $500,000 mark in cash, and that is for the last year and a half. So really, really excited about that. So stoked, $500,000 in cash received through my business in the last year and a half. It's just amazing to me to see the possibilities that we have in online coaching. So just wanted to share that with you. Super stoked, super excited, really, really so stoked for where this is headed. Like, there's so much growth ahead. Just really excited. So that's the first thing. So if you are a nurse, if you're a health coach or a healthcare professional, and you are wanting to start or grow your online coaching business to multiple 6 figures for more freedom, I have 3 ways that you can work with me. So here's some big bombs that I'm about to drop. Really excited. So this is new. This is new. The very first thing is our Elite Nurse Coach Academy. So our Elite Nurse Coach Academy is my signature program. So this is a 4-month-long program where we build your business from the ground up. So we cover things like vision, goals, routines. We get really clear on your mindset, helping you be very strong and confident. We help you figure out what you want to coach on. We help you figure out who you want to coach, who your niche is. We help you to develop an outline for your program. And so the Academy is it's an accelerated program. We help you stay accountable to building out a program, building out your coaching services, your pricing, your packaging. We help you build out your online presence, and we help you get high-paying clients. I teach you how to launch, and I teach you how to get clients, all online and for free. Like, I don't do any paid advertising at all. So everything that I do is organic. So it's all from social media. I teach you email marketing, Instagram, Facebook. We do a social media makeover. We work on social media attraction, visibility. I teach you how to scale your business, how to do group coaching, how to increase prices. So it's like an all-in-one. It's my most comprehensive program. It's very heavy on like coursework and also keeping you accountable to building out your program or your coaching services. And so that is my signature program. That's my Elite Nurse Coach Academy. So the second thing that I have is our Elite Mastermind. So our mastermind is a group of us where we come together, and most of us are nurses. We're building our businesses. So you get ultimate support, collaboration, and it's open conversation. So inside of the mastermind, we have 2 calls per month. So every 2 weeks, we have a Zoom call for an hour. You can come with any questions you have for me. You can ask me any questions that you want, and then you also get access to a group chat thread. So right now we have about 40 women in our mastermind, and you can ask any questions you want about coaching. You get incredible support, feedback. So our mastermind is really for women who want to rise, who want to have that close mentorship, that proximity to me and these other women who are building their businesses, so that there's this community support and this feeling of, just this strength and being able to be connected to these other nurses who are building their online coaching businesses. And then the third way to work with me is with private coaching. So private coaching is the closest proximity that you get to me. So my private coaching clients, it's a minimum of 3 months. You can go for 3 to 6 months, up to you, and you can re-sign for longer if you want. We do calls every 2 weeks, and you get unlimited access in Messenger or Vox or whatever you prefer to ask me any questions you want. This is the closest proximity to me, so it's like having me in your back pocket. You can ask me questions anytime about anything, and this is really for a woman who wants to rise. So this is typically for a coach who is just ready to get to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, just really level up everything in her business. So I have a couple of announcements, some changes that are coming with the Academy and the Mastermind. So right now, for this whole year, the Mastermind has been included inside of the Elite Nurse Coach Academy, meaning that anyone who has signed up for my Elite Nurse Coach Academy gets automatic access to our Mastermind. So that has been super cool this year, to be able to just automatically plug these women into our Mastermind to make sure that they get 100% support and help with everything that they're working on. So the announcement that's coming is that the Mastermind will no longer be included in the Academy after September 3rd. So if you're currently in the Academy and the Mastermind, you will continue through the end of the year. And then starting in January, the Mastermind and the Academy will be completely separate. So you can either join the Mastermind, and this is for former clients, current clients, and new clients. So anyone can join the Mastermind. And then it will not be included in the Academy starting September 3rd. So if you want to hurry and jump in to the Elite Nurse Coach Academy and still get access to the Mastermind during your 4 months in the Academy, this is the best time to do it. That will end on September 3rd. So after that, the Mastermind and the Academy will be separate. So you can either sign up for the Academy, or you can sign up for the Mastermind, or you can even do both at the same time if you want. but there's going to be an additional fee to be in the mastermind after September 3rd. So, and the next thing is I want to let you know that if you have been through the Elite Nurse Coach Academy, or it used to be called my Business Accelerator program, if you have been through that, you're a former client, you get huge discounts on the mastermind and private coaching. So I really recommend starting out with the academy, because this is what is going to create a really strong, solid foundation for your business so that you know exactly what to do moving forward. And then at that point, stepping into the mastermind where you're getting, you know, all this extra feedback, collaboration with the other nurses, or stepping into private coaching where you get one-on-one proximity to me. You get to be in close proximity to a mentor who's earning, you know, who has a multiple six-figure business. So these are the options here, but I just want to let you know that like any graduates, former clients, you get huge discounts on private coaching as well as the mastermind. So just knowing that moving forward, so those are some options for you. So, you know, for a long time, it was only the academy that I had access to. So I'm really excited to announce that I do have access now to our mastermind. So even if you don't want to do the Elite Nurse Coach Academy, you are welcome to join our mastermind, where you can come in and ask me any questions you want, and come to our Zoom calls and ask any questions that you want. So truly up to you what level that you want to join at. We've got the academy where it's very comprehensive, it's program build out, it's an accelerated program with a lot of like coursework, very detailed and structured. The mastermind is like open conversation, so asking any questions you want. And then private coaching is all customized to you. So you also get access to all of the academy trainings, and then we just customize your private coaching to exactly what you're working on, what your struggles are, what specifically you want to do. And it's open conversation. You get to lead the calls. You get to work on whatever you want with me. So this is everything that I have for you today. Really excited. Thanks so much for being here. Let me see if anyone has questions. I would love to open it up right now for questions. So if you have anything at all, please comment below and let me know. So Casey asks, can we have two different contracts, one for the state and one to be life coach outside of your state? Yes, absolutely. I've had clients use two separate contracts. So for example, my clients who are like board certified nurse coaches, they have a contract that allows them to act as a board certified nurse coach in the states where they're licensed. And then they also have another contract that allows them to act as a life or a health coach outside of the states where they're licensed. So it just depends on where the client lives on which contract you use. So great question. I'd love to hear about any other questions that you have. And thank you so much for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. Online business is exploding right now. It's just incredible, and so excited for where we are headed. If you're not in it right now, you're missing out. It's just incredible. It's just changed our lives dramatically and brought me so much fulfillment and reward. I love it. So I'm just looking through the comments right now. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Okay, let's see. How does this apply to Canada? So yeah, so you'll want to check with your province, and you'll want to check in with an attorney to see how it applies in Canada. That will be the best plan of action for you there. What's the average cost for attorneys and accountants? It really just depends on the attorney and the accountant that you decide to go with. So I would recommend, you know, doing some research, finding out which ones are some good ones. And Lisa, since you're in our Elite Nurse Coach Academy, I give you specific referrals to really awesome accountants and attorneys who specialize in online business. So I will get those for you. It's actually in Setup Shop. So you can just go and check out Setup Shop and you'll see some references and referrals for some really incredible attorneys and accountants. Let's see if there's any other questions. If we are not working under license, can we still use our credentials? So yeah, you can definitely still talk about how you were a nurse online, absolutely, because people, that's just what you do, that's your career, so that's no problem at all. And yeah, you can use your credentials after your name for sure. No one can take away your education. Yep. Awesome, very cool. Love it. All right, well, I hope that this has helped you and hope that this has answered a ton of questions for you. I hope that this has created a lot of clarity for you. This is so important to me. You know, the legal aspects of our business are huge. So important to make sure that we have everything proper and safely taken care of so that we can be protected and feel empowered to continue to scale and grow. So I hope this helped you today. You're so welcome. So thanks so much for being here. You know, comment the word academy below if you'd like information on that. Comment the word mastermind for more details on that. Otherwise, you can comment private coaching or come to my inbox with any questions you have about any of those 3 offers that I have for you. So thank you so much for being here. Take care. I hope you have an amazing weekend.